What's going on, Trader Gang? It's your boy Nikki Pips. I'm doing just a recording this time, so I'm not going live for our breakdown today. So this is our Sunday market breakdown on gold and US30. So we're gonna get into it. So first off, we're gonna take a look at news. So let's go ahead and look at news. So for Monday, we do have ISM manufacturing PMI at 7 a.m. So we do have a red folder, so we definitely have to watch out for that. Let's see. Other than that, that's pretty much it. 11 a.m. we have FOMC member Cook speaks. I don't think that'll affect the market too much. Tuesday, we have JOLTS job openings, which is tentative. Usually that's at 5:30, so don't have to worry about that too much if we're going to focus on market open trades or after market open. So nothing really for Tuesday. Wednesday we have ADP NFP, so definitely have to watch out for that. It's 5:15, but we still want to see how the market's going to react to that. Also 7 a.m. we have ISM services PMI, so we definitely have to watch out for that because that can kind of move the market kind of quick at that time. So we just want to make sure that we don't get stopped out or whatever it is if we are in a trade. And then Thursday we have BOE, Governor Bailey speaks, so I'm not too sure what that is. So due to hold a press conference about the monetary policy report at the Bank of England in London. So let's see. Okay, so I guess this is regarding Bank of England. So I don't know. That's not going to affect us because that's JBP. But we do have unemployment claims. So that's tentative too. So unemployment claims usually at 5:30 usually also. So don't really have to worry about that. And then Friday we have NFP. So I have a lot of news on Friday, so definitely got to watch out for that. NFP is usually at 5:30 in the morning, so Central Time, Pacific Time. So we got to watch out for that. So not too much news. We do have some red folder days, but again, we just have to watch how the market moves and how it reacts, and then just kind of react to it. So versus trying to contemplate where we think it's going to go. So let's go ahead and get in the charts. So obviously right now we can see gold is pushing up because we had a huge bearish dump last week. So we can see here we just kind of tanked. So we came, I believe, all the way up here, and then we just kind of tanked. So like this is the daily. So we can see last Monday was the 27th. So we have the 27th right here. So all this right here. So we pushed. So we came up here and then literally pushed all the way down here and then just kept pushing. So we almost pushed down to 38.84, which we actually did on Tuesday. So it did push all the way, and then we pushed all the way back up. So because we pushed back up on Thursday the 30th. So last Thursday. So we started to kind of retrace a little bit. So we could see a push back up and probably even test these highs right here at 41.10. So because that's a good level of supply right there. So let me clear all this out. So we'll start fresh. So obviously we want to start on the weekly here, and we want to mark up our previous weekly high and low. So granted, we have our all-time high right here. So our all-time high was at 43.81, 440. So we'll definitely keep that. So I'll just put all-time high 43.81, 440. All right. And we'll move that over to the right. Okay. So now we have to mark up our previous week high and low. So this was last week. So we're gonna mark up our previous weekly high. So that was at 41.08. So I'll just make it even 41.08. So that's gonna be our previous weekly high, 41.08, and then our weekly low. Yeah, it looks good. So 38.86, 250. We'll do 255. So previous weekly low, 38.86, 255, so 25. So there we go. So we have our previous weekly high, previous weekly low. So I personally think that we're going to try to retest the weekly high up here personally. So we'll see here. And then, you know, I'll mark up another area right here. I mean, we do have an area right here, which was another low. And that was at 37.59. We'll do 880. And then we can do one more, just in case it does decide that it wants to drop even more. Sorry, actually, as I blow this up, I want to put this at the very bottom. So that's going to change our number a little bit. So 37.62, we'll do 820. Okay, and then same thing here. I like to do it to the wick. So we got 36.83, 680. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep it just like that. So, you know, we did have a rejection right here last week, so we pulled up. So that is a good indication that we can continue to keep pushing up. Hopefully it doesn't try to just continue to keep pushing down. So we'll see. So because we're still bullish overall. So even though we had this little pullback right here, we are still bullish. So we just got to see if it's going to respect that. So even coming here on the daily, you know, we can kind of see things a little bit clearer. We did get a nice push up here, so we did break above these previous candles here. We had a little doji right here, so that also can be a continuation. So we did kind of pull back all the way here, and we are pushing back up right now. So I don't see why we can't retest this previous high right here. So that's kind of what we're kind of looking at. So, and then of course I'll mark this up just because it does make it kind of streamlined, you know, to kind of mark up these areas. Because when you go on the lower time frame, like at least the 30-minute, it just kind of makes things a little clearer. So I'll just mark it from there. So, because when we start getting a little bit lower, it just starts making things look a little bit more clear. See? So we have an area right here. We have an area down here. So these are areas of interest that we want to pay attention to. So, because we can see here, price tapped into this area multiple times. So, like, even if I were to shorten this, I could actually shorten this to like about right here, because it tapped into this area multiple times. So, and then of course we do have a lot of liquidity up here. So price could definitely come all the way up here and retest his all-time high. But I think first we have to see if it's going to retest this area first, and then possibly up here at 41, say like 41.60. So we just got to see what it's going to do. but as of right now, it's pushing up. So on a 30-minute. So that's it for gold. Let's go over to US30. So let's see what US30 did last week. US30 ended up making an all-time high. So we had a previous all-time high, and it pushed all the way above that to 48,048. So US30 is definitely bullish still. So we're still making higher highs and higher lows. So let's clear this out, and then we'll mark up our charts. So I think we're going to end up making another all-time high with US30, to be honest. So we have all-time high right here, 48. So all-time high. And then we have our previous weekly high and low. So this was, so it was the 27th. So I mean, this was actually the all-time high, but this was also our high and low. So I won't even put all-time high here. So we'll mark up here, and this is going to be our previous. Previous weekly high. And then our weekly low. So yeah, 47,343. We'll keep it at like 45. All right. So we got our previous weekly high, previous weekly low. And then of course we do have a previous low right here. So we definitely want to mark that up. So because price tapped into here before. So I'm going to do right here. Because that was an area of demand and supply. So 46,197.7. We could do 200. All right. So we got that, and then of course we do have an area right here as well. Right there. Yeah, it's good. So we got 45,419. We'll do 420. All right. So that's what we have right here. Like again, I think we're going to continue to keep making all-time highs here. So we can go down on the daily just to kind of see. Of course, price is consolidated right now. So who knows? You know, we actually could get a pullback since we did make an all-time high. You know, a lot of times when that happens, we get a pullback like this. So we could pull back all the way down to here, or even here, down to the 46,525 area. So we just gotta, again, just be mindful of that. So again, we can mark up this area. So just to be mindful, obviously. So we have this area here. All right, so we got this all marked up. So again, if we go down to like the hour, so again, we just find these ranges. So right here, like as of right now, we're in a range. So we're kind of consolidated. So we don't really have any decent market structure as of right now, other than, of course, we pushed up here, pushed down, pushed up, pulled down. So we could end up pulling back up and retesting these highs right here, because we do have equal highs. So we could end up pushing back up to this all-time high here. So we'll see. Or we could literally just tank, depending on what news does and all that stuff. But these are some really good areas right here. So this is a good area of demand, good area of supply. So we'll see kind of what it does. So other than that, that's pretty much it. Gold, you know, I feel like we're going to see a retracement back up. Again, back up above like 4108. We're going to kind of retest that area. And then US30, again, I feel like we could try to retest 4804, which was the all-time high, unless something happens and price just drops. So that's pretty much it for the market breakdown. I appreciate you guys, you know, checking this out and looking at watching my breakdown. So look at this back, because again, this is just a recording. This is not live. So, but show some love in the comments section. I appreciate you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get these profits this week. All right, I'll see y'all.